is home to many indigenous nations from across Turtle Islands, including the Intuit and the Métis. These treaties and other agreements, including the One Dish with the One Spoon, Wampo Belt Covenant, are agreements to peaceably share and care for land and its resources. Other indigenous nations, Europeans, and newcomers were invited into this covenant in a spirit of respect, peace, and friendship. We're mindful of broken covenant, and we strive to make this right with the land and with each other. We are all treaty people. Many of us have come here as settlers, immigrants, and newcomers in this generation or generation past. I would like to also acknowledge those of us who came here forcibly, particularly as a result of transatlantic slave trade. Therefore, I honor and pay tribute to the ancestors of African origin and descent. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Once again, you are welcome, and it's official. We are starting a great night tonight, and we are going to fight racism in all its form using art tonight. So once again, welcome, but please make sure you unmute yourself. You mute yourself unless you're speaking so that this event
Recording
is
in progress.
Successful. Once again, you are welcome. This is a series of events that we are hosting to raise awareness against racism and also to create awareness on its impact on socio-economic, on Black people and other racialized group, and also indigenous people. So welcome. And if you have any questions, we are going to have a session later on. And if you have suggestions, we are going to have a session later on. But in the meantime, I welcome you and feel free. And hopefully you are going to move and you are going to have a wonderful time. So once again, you are welcome at a board event. And of course, we have languages available if you need translation. We have English, we have Spanish, we have French, we have Yoruba, Lingala, and Ghanaian language, and Kinyarwanda. So if you have questions in these languages, please feel free to email us or to chat us in the chatting box, and we'll be happy to translate. So on behalf of our board, again, this is official. We're starting our night. Welcome. So this event is going to highlight using arts, racism, and racial inequalities. And we're also going to recognize that racism causes harm. So our artists are going to perform so to comfort us so that we can heal and we can restore our well-being. Indeed, art transcends race. So we are going to have a wonderful time using art tonight. So again, Thelma is going to tell us how also we can continue to support each other in these trying times, in this not only pandemic, but while we face racism, how a board can help.
Thank you, Sandrine. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us this evening. Good evening, you're welcome. And we are grateful that you're able to come join us today because you could be doing something else at this time, spending time with the family. However, we have promised you that tonight is going to be a night that is an entertaining night. You're going to have fun. We're going to be able to dance. And that's the reason why we actually invite the whole community to come join us. We'll be able to learn about others' culture. And this is going to be like a part one of what is coming in the summer, which would be an outdoor activity where we would invite the indigenous, everyone from different cultural backgrounds, and then we can all come together to fight to fight racism together. Thank you so much. I'm just going to be saying a little bit about Abode Community Service Center, what our services are, and who we are exactly. So Abode Community Service Center is a registered nonprofit organization. We've been serving the community since 2017. We're located at the North York Finch and Jane, Black Creek Humber Summit. We also serve a community in the GTA, I'll say the GTA as a whole. As we reach out, as they always reach out to us, we never turn anyone away, even though we are a Black-led organization, we never turn anyone away. We do have clients that are Spanish, Somalians, that they do reach out to us and we support all together. So our mandate is to empower members of the Black, vulnerable, racialized community with equitable access to food, social connection, and health promotions. We provide a wide range of resources, program, activities to promote physical and mental well-being of the members of the community. Okay, our services and program is more a cultural, with more of a cultural consideration. Okay. I'll say our current activities to reduce the impact of issues arising from this pandemic that we're in. Hopefully it's going to be going away soon, to help address and prevent different issues that has been going on. So currently we do have gender-based violence project that we are running right now. We do support community members, mostly female, women, girls that are going through gender-based violence to reach out to us. So we also have campaigns around this as well. Also, we have the anti-racism and anti-hate campaign going on right now. This is one of the projects that we're in today, and we're so glad that you're able to join us. To further buttress, we do have programs and services, which includes our Healthy Community Food Basket, which is our food bank. So at a board, a typical food bank would have canned foods and processed foods. We make sure that our food that we do offer to the community does not have any canned product. We try to stay away from that and make sure that we keep people on a healthy diet as much as we can. So please reach out to us, or if you know anyone that will need the support in this area, please reach out to us. We will be putting information on the chat, which would include our address and our phone number for these programs and services. Another part that we really concentrated on is in order to combat the effect of social isolation, particularly in this time of COVID as well, we have engaged in various programs, especially within our seniors, our elderly. So we have interactive healthy promotion teachings, activities including weekly wellness calls, check-in to our seniors. And also we do have programs, which is very interactive, which we call Faji for Seniors. They come on every Thursday to participate in this program. And I would say they enjoy it. It's therapeutic for me myself, even though I'm not a senior yet. So other areas that we do provide services, we also have what we have a game night for the seniors, which they participate virtually. Hopefully, as things open up, we'll be able to come in person to provide those programs and services. I'm going to stop right now. I'm just going to be adding more information as we go along. So Abode Community Service Center, we're here to support every member of the community. We do have other services, which includes housing support, settlement services. If you have anyone or you know anyone that is in need of this service, please reach out to us. We're located at 415 Oakdale Road, Unit 201 in North York. Our phone number is 416-302-4958. 416-302-4958. Thank you very much. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you. As we promised, we're going to have amazing and incredible performers and artists. So we're going to have Yameto Production, and we're going to have Dr. Lori Santo from Arts Teachers. We're going to have Prince Dice, and we're going to have Yinka Farande, a musician and an actor. All are here to entertain us, but also to give us a message on how art can be used as a tool to combat racism. So yeah, so from music, drum, dance to theater, spoken words, from painting to photography and design, throughout the history, art is proven to be our greatest source of light and hope whenever we are faced with discrimination, police brutality, darkness, and all forms of injustice towards racialized bodies, particularly Black bodies and Indigenous bodies. So without further ado, I'm going to welcome Iyamito. If she's here, please welcome. Please welcome. She's the person who is going to illustrate how art can be used as a tool to combat racism. So Iyamito, if you are here, we are waiting for you. And if not, we are going to still give you a chance to be online. I think technology can pose challenge sometimes. So we're going to give her a minute while she joins us. Iyamito, if you are here, please join us. And if not, we are still going to have another interesting activities. So please, as what people say, I don't know if in other African culture they do use their tongue to welcome visitors. So we have a visitor from here, Rory Santos. So please welcome. So I would like us to all join hands and welcome her as she joins us. While we are waiting for Iyamito, we can now go to
I'm here.
Dr.
I'm here. I'm here.
Iyamito? Oh,
I'm
you're the
here.
number. Excellent. Iyamito is here, actually here. I didn't hear you say you're here, so welcome. So we are waiting for your performance on how art could be used as a tool to heal from the trauma, from injustices, from all the oppression that Black people have suffered throughout the history. So Iyamito is going to bring us together and heal using spoken words and drumming. So to you, Iyamito.
Hello, everyone. Ẹ káalẹ́ o, ẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́ o, ẹ káàsán níbikíbi tẹ́ bá wà ní gbogbo àgbáyé. Good evening, everyone. My name is Chief Fumi Olumade, Iyamito of Canada of Iyamito Productions. I'm here because of art, to show art in racism. I would like to explain a little bit, summary of what I'm going to do in my traditional poem. They call it Ewi in the Yoruba language from the southwestern Nigeria. It's all about the beginning of our life. When children were born, they were not born with different colors or thinking of, oh, this person's color is different from mine, or the language or where the person comes from is different. But charity begins at home. The parents start teaching the children the wrong way by saying, oh, you cannot play with that child. We are not the same class. We are not from the same place. We don't speak the same language, which is the beginning of racism. Then when you leave home, you go to school. Even the teachers don't want to teach children of different color the things that will, the language that they will understand and get to get something good in their life to do. That is to say, they will teach, they will say, oh, you don't need to do science, go and do art. Meanwhile, they know that if you do that professional job, you're going to be getting a lucrative job. You leave that. Then it goes to getting married. You find a woman or a man of your choice. You bring that child home, and the parent is like, oh, no. You cannot marry this person. A rich child cannot marry a poor child. Or your skin color is different. Oh, you are from these different countries. Even let's take for this Nigeria, they will say, oh, you are from the south, you cannot marry somebody from the east or north, something like that. Then you go out to work first, you're looking for a job. They look at your skin, they don't give you a job just because of your skin or where you come from. And you go to another country, they're like, hi, how are you? Yeah, I'm Canadian. Oh, where are you originally from? Hello, that is racism. So the purpose of this is to let us know that unity is very important. we need to take away anything that is racism in our lives, and the world will be better. So listen to my AOE. Ẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà, mojúbà akọ́dá, mojúbà aṣẹ̀dá, mo kí Elédùmarè kú iṣẹ́, ọba tó dá wa sílé ayé láì yẹ nìkankan sọ́tọ̀. Ọmọ tuntun jòjòló délé ayé kò mọ̀ yàtọ̀ nínú dúdú, pupa àbí funfun. Ilé láti ń kẹ́ṣọ̀ọ́ ròde, má bá ọmọ lágbájá ṣeré, kì í ṣara wa, iṣẹ́ ẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà nìyẹn. Ká fẹ́ lọ sílé ìwé tàbí láti kọ́ iṣẹ́ tí yóò ṣe ni láǹfààní, bí wọ́n ní kò tọ́ sí wa, iṣẹ́ ẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà nìyẹn. Ká wá iṣẹ́ lọ kí àwọ̀ wa, èdè wa tàbí ìlú tí a ti wá dí wa lọ́nà iṣẹ́. Iṣẹ́ ẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà nìyẹn. Ká mú àfẹ́sọ́nà wa wá sílé wípé a ti rí ọkọ àbí aya èyí tó wù wá láti fẹ́, kí àwọn òbí wa kí wọ́n sọ wípé a ò lè fẹ́ra wa o, ọmọ tálákà kò lè bọ́mọ olówó ṣe, ọmọ olówó kò lè bọ́mọ tálíkà ṣe. Iṣẹ́ ẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà nìyẹn. Àbí kí wọ́n ní ìlú tó ti wá ó yàtọ̀ síra wọn, àwọ̀ wa, èdè wa ó yàtọ̀ síra wọn. Iṣẹ́ ẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà nìyẹn. Ká fojú ẹranko wo aláwọ̀ dúdú, ká béèrè wípé báwo ni nǹkan nínú aginjù. Iṣẹ́ ẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà nìyẹn. Ká kí ara ẹni ní ẹ̀yìn odi, kí wọ́n bi wá léèrè wípé ìlú wo gangan ló ti ṣẹ̀ wá. Iṣẹ́ ẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà nìyẹn. Kí a sọ èdè òyìnbó, kí wọ́n ní ohun tí à ń sọ òye wọn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ kẹ̀, ọ̀rọ̀ tí àwọn sọ ó yé wa yéké yéké. Iṣẹ́ ẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà nìyẹn. Ju gbogbo rẹ̀ lọ, mo bẹ̀ gbogbo wa nílé àgbáyé pátá kí a rántí wípé dúdú, pupa àbí funfun, ẹ̀jẹ̀ kan náà ló wà lára wa. Atẹ́gùn kan náà là ń gbà sára. Ọkọ̀ kan ló wà lára wa. Ẹ̀mí kan ló wà lára wa. Àbá arẹ́ni tó lẹ́kàn méjì kó wá bọ́ fún wa. Àbá arẹ́ni tó lọ́kàn méjì kó sọ fún wa. Àbá arẹ́ni tó lẹ́mìí méjì kó wá sọ fún wa. Bí a bá kú, ẹsẹ̀ mẹ́fà ni. jẹ́ ká gbàgbé ẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà. Kí a fi ìfẹ́ hàn síra wa. Ìfẹ́ ìṣọ̀kan, òun ló ṣe pàtàkì jù. Ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ àti ìfẹ́ ló lè ṣe ohun gbogbo. Bí wọ́n bá bi yín léèrè wípé tí a ló fi ìwàásù ewì dá yín lára yá níbi ìṣe tí àwọn Abode Community Service Center níṣe lórí ẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà, kí ẹ sọ wípé èmi Chief Fúnmi Olúmádé Ìyámẹ́tò Productions. Ire o.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. No one is born with hate, Nelson Mandela. No one is born with hate. So it's high time we undo what we have been conditioned to learn, our biases, our stereotype, because no one is born with hate, Nelson Mandela. And a round of applause to that wonderful performance. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And yeah, so we are still continuing to have a good time and also to continue to discuss these issues that affect our communities. So now we are going to see how art define and sustain our narrative by stimulating our imagination and challenging our perception toward others. So arts invite us to dialogue with the other, and inspire us to take action toward a common good. So please welcome and invite Dr. Lori. Welcome, welcome, Dr. Lori from Against Racism. So welcome. And please, this is your floor. And yes, take us to the healing, to the promised land, whereby color is not an issue. We are judged by the content of our character.
Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm happy to be here. Can you all hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, great. Well, and I think you can see my slides. I'm going to go through a little bit of foundational information here to just tell you a little bit about the collective of art teachers that I belong to, the Anti-Racist Art Teachers. I also teach full-time at Wichita State University in Kansas. I want to acknowledge my team here. So I have pictures of all of us. We've got Paula Lise, Abby, myself, Kadisha, Candido, Tamara, Anjali, Nyla, Trinity, and Francesca. And we've all come together and created this collective group, anti-racistartteachers.org, where you can find lots of really great resources in relationship to art education. All of us are art educators and artists, either in public schools or other organizations. Also, just to acknowledge where I'm at in Wichita, Kansas, actually. And this is the sacred traditional homelands and hunting territory of several indigenous nations, Kiowa, Osage, Wichita, and the people of the Seven Council Friars, known as Lakota, Dakota, and Nakota. I just want to acknowledge that for myself, I continue to grow in my understanding of indigenous ways and to honor a relationship of reciprocity with Turtle Island and her indigenous stewards. So I encourage all of you to consider how you might want to be involved in that for yourself. Our organization, Anti-Racist Art Teachers, some core beliefs here is that, we are supportive of amplifying BIPOC voices. We really feature resources of Black, Indigenous, and people of color. And we have a collaborative effort to be lifelong learners and to share. And our main goal here is to work towards removing, excuse me, biases, stereotypes, and false narratives in art education. These beautiful slides were created by Miss Paula Leese for our organization, and you'll find lots of really great resources beyond what we talk about today on the website that are created by different members in our organization. One of our points of inspiration for us to do our work is the late Bell Hooks, may she rest in peace. One of the things that she has said often as an educator is that it's important that we recognize our multicultural world and that we all have a desire and deserve to be educated, and we can teach in ways that transforms consciousness, creating a climate of free expression. That is the essence of a truly liberatory arts education. And, you know, as you go through this process and think about the things in the world, we ask you to take a moment to, especially in terms of the visual, what is it that you see? And what do you think about it? What do you wonder? Those are some things that are great conversation starters in art education. And especially when you want to think about anti-bias, anti-racist education. We're all educators, whether you're a formalized teacher in a classroom or you're working with community members, family, and friends. It's important that we all become supportive and voice that we won't stand any longer for racist agenda. It's important to be anti-racist. The opposite of racist is not racist. It isn't not racist. It's anti-racist. And what the difference here is this idea of that it's important to take action and to be involved, to call out and call in when you see things that aren't right. One of the things for us as art educators that we often look at and discuss with our students or others is something that really perpetuates biases and racial stereotypes out there in the world, in the visual world. And that might be something like cultural appropriation. Maybe you've heard of this term before, but that's the idea of basically taking over creative and artistic forms and themes that belong to someone else and claiming them as your own or exerting power over the use of those images. And so, of course, as educators and anti-bias, anti-racist educators, we want to say no. We want to stop cultural appropriation that fuels misrepresentation and harmful stereotypes about other people. For example, for me, a lot of my work that I do is based within having my students explore and identify things in relationship to Native cultures. So I do this work because I'm tired of seeing these kinds of things out there, whether it's a particular Native American culture, which within the United States, there are 574 federally recognized tribes. So there's a lot of diversity there. But when you look at images of Native Americans, these are the kinds of things that you see. This romanticized image of, sort of the princess or the warrior, or sometimes you get even really gross misrepresentation of stereotypes and things that are kind of being utilized for the benefit of others and don't make any connection back to a particular tribe or group of people. So as within art, you'll get then teachers or other community members or even artists and children who might be creating artwork that sort of has this kind of appearance, this sort of generic look to it. These are some examples of art lessons that teachers might do that actually fuel cultural stereotypes and misrepresentations. What about in your own community? I would ask you to think about that. Think about your own community. I live in Wichita, Kansas. One of the most iconic images here in Wichita, Kansas, as you'll see on the right, is this huge sculpture. It's around 30 or so feet tall. It's called the Keeper of the Plains, and it was created by a native artist here, local, who's now passed on, Black Bear Boson. And it was gifted to the city, but now this image has really become iconic, and for the city of Wichita, it's commercialized, and you'll see all kinds of imagery of it everywhere. However, one of the things that I feel that becomes problematic with this, and is sort of, straddling that line of, is this appropriation or appreciation of this beautiful sculpture by Black Bear Boson, is that this image that has been reproduced so many times loses its meaning, and many people don't even know who the original artist is. Something that I do with my students a lot is, of course, we utilize the internet for resources, and I've asked them to Google Native Americans, and this is what you get. You get this sort of iconic image again of historical examples, often of individuals from plains-based tribes. In Africa, if you ask students to look up the information about different countries within Africa, or different particular groups, tribal people, or a specific country, you're going to get these sort of stereotype, typical, kind of single story image, which the novelist Adichie has called attention to, this idea of us being careful about not presenting a one-sided point of view of someone or something, because this single story creates stereotypes. And the problem with stereotypes, she says, is not that they are untrue, but they are incomplete. And they make one story become the only story. And so this is our goal here, is as artists in the work that we do, is that we want to provide opportunity for a full and more rich story that goes beyond a singular representation. I'd like to make note of that we're going to have our monthly book club this month, featuring Adichie's book, We Should All Be Feminists. So you're welcome to join us. And for the second part, I'll come back and talk a little bit about what cultural appreciation can be for us, instead of being bound by things that are or biased and racist in nature. So I guess I'll stop here, and I think there's another presenter.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the wonderful presentation. But before we continue, we, in our land acknowledgement, we did acknowledge people who were forcibly, removed from their homeland to come to Canada. So first of all, I would like to acknowledge that we have a king and a queen here, all the way from Ghana, joining us tonight. I didn't know. It's my great pleasure to welcome you tonight, the king and the queen. Please welcome, and if you can say a few words, that would be very amazing. We are honored to have you here today and tonight. Welcome, welcome. Please say something, if you can say a word.
Yeah. Good.
Welcome. We are happy to see you.
Thank you. We are also happy to see you.
We are enjoying the program.
And we are enjoying your program. It's a very nice program. We wish to join all the time. We are doing something. It's a nice program. Some of you have been to Ghana before?
Yes, sometimes.
Yes. Some of us have, yeah.
Good. Ghana is a nice place, and it's a very peaceful country in Africa now. I would like to use this opportunity to invite you people to come to Ghana Have a good that you can become kings and queens.
Yes.
We are ready to go as king and
Thank you.
queen. We are ready.
We'll
So,
come and eat Banku.
very good.
Banku.
Banku and Kuteku.
Banku and okra soup.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Good, good, good. So we'll be with you until the program is over.
Thank you.
I have a question, my king. I have a question, my king.
Good. Ask your
I have
question.
never seen so much gold in my life before. And I'm
Wow.
going to ask you to please clarify for us, is this real gold that you're wearing?
Yeah, it's good.
Wow.
We have it in our traditional home. We have times that we use it, and there's times that you cannot use it. It's
Wow.
late in Ghana now, but I'm in my room, so I'm okay to use the gold. I
Yeah.
can't use gold outside in the night. So rare gold is being passed it on to us by our foremothers and our ancestors. They have gold. Mostly every home in Ghana have something.
Great.
Gold is yeah. Gold
I have
is-
another question. So
Good.
while you were speaking, can you teach us how to greet the king and the queen in Ghana?
Okay. Before you become a king or a queen, you have to come from a royal family. When we say you come from a royal family in Ghana, it's like your forefathers were the first people who inherit a place. So when they are the first over there, they become the landlord of the place. I think you understand my landlord.
Yes.
They become the owners of the land, and they become the king and the queen. But in Ghana tradition, we have another kings and queens that we now accept it. Once you are not a landlord and you have a good character and a good moral, and you are ready to help the community, help the girl child, especially in my instance, I love to help the girl child so that the girl child will complete the school. Nobody will say that the mother hasn't got money or the father is dead. They take advantage of the girl child. The girl child must finish school. So we have a lot of kings and queens like you in Canada right now. If you want to, I want to make you a queen mother, a king. We have developmental queen mothers. We have developmental kings that we call them Nkoswohene. We call them Nkoswohene. That's it. Those people are merely to have specific something that they want to do to help the Africans and help the community. So I have every right. My role as a king is to install kings and overthrow kings. Likewise, my sister, the queen mothers are those who can nominate a king. They know the traditional, who is supposed to inherit me when I'm dead and gone. Our roles are not meant for 4 years like presidential elections and other things. Our kings are for life. Once you obey the laws, you don't go against the rules. You respect yourself. I mean, I can't dance in public. I can't go to disco. I can't do a lot of things. It's a restriction because each and everyone want to see his king in a very high esteem. They want to respect you, bow to you, because when they are greeting me, they bow. And now they go on their knees to greet me. I'm nobody. God is the maker of my king.
You are amazing, king.
Yes.
Thank
Who am
you.
I that people will bow to me and greet me?
Yes.
It's just a small honor God has given to us. I would love to share whatever you want next time or anytime. I won't hesitate to visit you.
Oh, we
Yeah.
look forward to inviting you, sir. Thank you,
Good.
king. So
Good.
now you're going to now teach us, because they say, according to the word, we have to give, what is right, that is due to the king. So we all want to greet you appropriately as a king, right? So now,
Right.
can you teach us how we can greet you? Did we
In
just
Ghanaian language, when you come before me and I'm sitting down with my elders like a queen mother, you ask for my linguist first, linguist, then the linguist will stand up and you ask permission from the linguist. Linguist, can I greet the king and the queen mother? The linguist will say, okay, let me ask permission for you. Then the linguist will turn to me and ask, king, somebody want to come and greet. Can the person do that? If I say, okay, yes, then you come and you remove your cloth in the way. You remove your cloth in the way, then you remove your leg from your slippers, then you go down and say, king, I greet you.
Great, thank you. So we're all gonna do that right now, everybody. Can we just say,
King, I greet you.
Thank you. Back to you, Sandrine. Thank you.
So we'll be with you on the program. Thank you very much.
I hope you're gonna be able to join us in the other subsequent one we're having. I would connect with you, sir.
Okay, when you need me.
We'll
Thank
connect with you after the program. Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, King.
Thank you.
Thank you, King and Queen.
Well, thank you. I think in my culture, they say you have to forgive a child. So to the king and the queen, Queen Nana, forgive me if I did not introduce you properly, because again, yeah, so now I'm learning. Next time, I think I'll give you a proper welcome you deserve and I'll bow down. But today, again, it's over the Zoom. I think you are going to forgive all of us. Anyway, so welcome and let's continue. And again, to the king and the queen, we are honored that you are here and we're not taking it for granted that you took time to be with us. So thank you, King and Queen Nana. And again, so we are continuing with our healing and our art and how art is showing us racism and also how it can be used as a tool to promote the well-being. Again, so from Negro spiritual, those who know Negro spiritual, they are the songs that those slaves in back days were singing to keep going when they were faced with hardship, when they're being beaten to pick up the cotton. So they kept singing the Negro spiritual to keep moving. And again, from those songs to Michael Jackson, Heal the World, now to Prince Dice. Prince Dice, their music has brought hope and healing and light. So welcome everyone. Please give a hand of applause to Prince Dice, and Prince Dice is going to perform. Again, let's keep enjoying and thank you for joining us tonight. So Prince Dice, please give us that music we've been waiting for so that we can stand up and dance. I think we've been sitting for so long, so maybe we can stand up and dance. So Prince Dice, welcome. Where are you?
How's it?
Let's do this.
Help me get my shine on and get in touch. First of all, let me introduce myself. Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you. Thank you to everyone at Abode for having me. I'm Prince Dice, Canadian. I'm aspiring recording artist, and I just want to share a little bit about this song and the topic. Since we're talking about racism, I guess I'll share a little bit of an experience or what kind of inspired this song, certain parts of the song in relation to racism. But as many of you have probably experienced, I'm sure most of us here have experienced some sort of racism. I know I did. I feel like there's a concerted effort to kind of distort our history as Black people, and not really let us know where we come from and how rich our history is. So I personally, and more recent, for many years now, have done further digging into finding out more about myself, my ancestry, my history as a Black person. And in doing so, I actually found out that we're actually indigenous to more than just Africa. A lot more parts of the world than just Africa. And it's funny because when you go to certain parts of the world, they try to treat you like you're a second-class citizen, or that, you know, like even in Africa, they try to make us feel like in certain parts we're a second-class citizen. So it was just funny to really find out that even in somewhere like the Americas, like as much as slaves were brought to America, there was actually Black people from the research I found out, there was actually Black people there. So in the song I'm about to perform, you're gonna see some of the lyrics is I say, ain't no place on earth that's a no-fly zone. So I say that to say, upon finding out that my people had circumnavigated the globe, I felt like, how dare someone tell me where I can and can't go, or where isn't mine? So and then I say, ahead of my time before I switched to time zones, mind bright, it helped me get my shine on and get in touch with all the greatness that I own. So I just wanted to explain that to you a bit, but yeah, let's get into it. All right. A boat, stand up. Get it. Ain't a place on earth that's a no-fly zone. Ahead of my time before I switch to time zones. Mind bright, it helped me get my shine on and get in touch with all the greatness that I own. When faced with mountains, I just get my climb on. Never kick rocks, just embark on new milestones. Yes, another day, man, get found in amazement. Fill up with the ocean view, how's that for a way? Okay, futuristic functions when you rollin' with the fly guy. But the roof, I still take it back like tie-dye. Everything I do should end off with a voila. Why? It's like magic. Me, I don't gas it. I'm quite passive. What you call flexing, I don't stress it. No compromise on comfort. I just call it not stressing. And yes, it's the reason why I ain't responding to your message. But I'm out of country right now, so blame it on reception. But we know I'm full of bars, can't blame it on no phone connection. I'm talking about myself, yes, I'm a little less receptive. Sometimes you gotta get away from those that don't get it. Bad vibes getting deflected, keep your energy protected. So even when it's dark, I shine like wearing reflective. Glare on the water while I'm doing some reflecting. Like yes, another day, man, get found in amazement. Fill up with the ocean view, how's that for a wave check? Ain't a place on earth that's a no-fly zone. Ahead of my time before I switch to time zones. My mind bright, it helped me get my shine on and get in touch with all the greatness that I own. When faced with mountains, I just get my climb on. Never kick rocks, just embark on new milestones. Yes, another day, man, get found in amazement. Fill up with the ocean view, how's that for a wave check? No competition, my foes are a facade. Up against nothing, at most maybe the odds. Can't mirror me, at most see a mirage. Still wouldn't have a challenger if I bought the Dodge. Vernacular, spectacular, spelling's never been off. But yet somehow the youngin' put 2 V's in his garage. I got another set of V's, I walk around with a car. Right on my chest, that bling be going hard. That's VVS again, how we reflect. The piece look like it's broadcasting CBS. See, this the type of drip, leave a thermometer depressed. And so the only low we know is the temp around the neck. Energy, temperature, reception, and the rest. Don't let it go over your head, which waves you out of check. But yes, another day, man, get found in amazement. Fill up with the ocean view, how's that for a wave check? Ain't a place on earth that's a no-fly zone. I want everyone to put their hands up like this right now. Before I switch the time zone. Yeah. Mind bright, it helped me get my shine on and get in touch with all the greatness that I own. When faced with mountains, I just get my climb on. Never kick rocks, just embark on new milestones. Yes, another day, man, get found in amazement. Fill up with the ocean view, how's that for a wave check? Thank you, everyone, for having me. Appreciate y'all.
Where we're born to go places and to go everywhere. So we have the capability and the power to go everywhere. So no one can stop us. So again, we are going to hear from Akim before we go to another performance. So please let's hear from Akim. Akim, forgive me from the pronunciation. Pronunciation is going to be a challenge. Ogunmilande.
That's all right. That's all right. Ogunmilande.
Please welcome. And before we have another amazing performance from our amazing artists, we are going to just have a quick word on how racism has, impacted our community and the way forward. Welcome. Akim.
Thank you so much. Once again, good evening, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be with you this beautiful evening. And I would say thank you so much, Abode, for this platform, the value you're adding to the community. And not just that, when we look at the specific topic for this convergence this evening, you would agree with me that it is very, very important, especially for the reason of healing, the reason of we identifying ourselves and trying to move ahead as a community. The issue of racism is it's in existence. It's something we come by the day. There are some that are so silent, but we keep moving on. We keep moving on. And these are one of the ways we can continue to pull our strength to heal and move ahead. For me, I would just want to actually look at it from the angle that art as a tool itself is intuitive. It's the angle I want to come in from is to even appreciate, those beautiful piece of art that we've watched today and those which we will still watch in the course of the program this evening. I imagine, Rakib Nalado, that's Prince Dice. He chose the path to move on. He chose the path to use his talent and skill set. And interestingly, you would agree with me that this young man who, I would say, he came to Canada at the age of 3, and he has grown within the community, rising very, very high with his talent and his skill set, especially in the rapping field. You can imagine that Prince Dice, his first hit was when he was just 15 years when he released a single, Space Bars. It was a 4-minute punchline, packed freestyle with Young LA, So I feel it's inspiring that we keep trying to resonate with our talents and using it to impact the community directly. Also, for example, we had our Cerebral MC event coordinator. She is somebody who is all over the place. She's handled events globally, America, London, Nigeria. I'm talking about Iyameto, Chief Mrs. Fumi Olumade. She has, she has used her skill set as well. As an actor, she has received a lot of international awards, both locally here, even in the US, in Nigeria. And she has been on stage as an actress. Also, I must mention someone again, like Chief Yinka Faride, that ambassador from Osun State. He hails from Oshogo. He has had a music career in Canada here that spanned over 10 years, and he has been a major forerunner when it comes to entertainment in Canada. And you see, this set of people, they keep using their skill set to keep pushing, encouraging, motivating other people. So that's the angle I'm looking at it from, that for Abode to have, been able to put together this wonderful event and, bringing Black, great, talented people. I call them legends because their work has been speaking for them. And I want to keep encouraging everyone listening this evening that we should continue that way. I also want to recognize Dr. Laurie. Dr. Laurie has an outstanding reputation, an outstanding background You know, she's from Hawaii, and she has an heritage in Portugal or Puerto Rico, and she's a native of America. And she believes a lot in storytelling and iconography. And this is what she's known for globally. And now she's also joining forces, having her own team she introduced to us. They are using their talent. They're using arts to fight racism, which is part of the reason why we are here. It's on this note, I want to just say that I want to thank everybody, that it's going to continue to be a very beautiful evening. Let's have that mindset that we're going to heal through platforms like Abode, you know, that rallying point, that place where we come to share the energy and feel our strength. I feel that way we're going to keep growing together. So once again, on this note, I want to thank everybody. My name is Akim Ogumilade, and we're going to continue to enjoy this evening. Thank you, and let the program continue.
Thank you. Thank you. That was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Akim. And but before, again, we cannot hear if we have not been wounded. So we are going to hear from, before we can move on, before we even perform, please, we are going to hear just one word from Yinka Faraday. If he's here, please welcome. We are going to hear from him how actually racism sometimes can really shape our understanding of art, or as who is predominantly viewed as an artist. So please welcome Yinka Faraday. If he's here on the platform, welcome. So he's going to talk about June Award, and what could be done to amplify our voice as artists, and what he sees as a problem and how we can move forward. So Yinka Faraday, please welcome, if you are here.
Yinka Faraday.
He's not ready yet.
Okay. We are going to wait for him, and we're going to hear from him. But in the meantime, again, we are going to have another wonderful performance from Iyamito. We are also going to have another incredible performance while we wait for him. So Iyamito, again, welcome. Give us another performance, another healing. We do need that.
Ẹ gbàgbé ẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà. Ẹ gbàgbé ẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà. Ẹ gbàgbé ẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà. Ìfẹ́ ló lè ṣòro gbogbo. Ẹ gbàgbé ẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà. Ẹ gbàgbé ẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà. Ẹ gbàgbé ẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà. Ìfẹ́ ló lè ṣòro gbogbo. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fi ìfẹ́ bára wa lò. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fi ìfẹ́ bára wa lò. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fi ìfẹ́ bára wa lò. Ìfẹ́ ló lè ṣòro gbogbo. Ìyá mi tó ló ń bá yí o, tèwe tàgbà ẹ kúrò lọ́nà ẹ kúrò lọ́nà. Ìyá mi tó fẹ́ kọjá o, ó fẹ́ kọjá o, ó fẹ́ wá jíjó ìbílẹ̀, ijó ìbílẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin tèmi bẹ́ẹ̀.
how can art be used as a tool to promote inclusion and racial equity? So, Doctor, back to you. You are welcome. Please tell us how art could be used to promote inclusion and racial equity. Dr. Lolly, thank you again for being with us, and you're again welcome to share.
Great. Thank you. Wow, I'm very honored to be here, I have to say, with all these wonderful presenters and performers and all of the participants and the Honorable King and Queen. This is just beautiful. So I want to again teachers group, and so much of this work is collaborative, and some of the information that I'm sharing on here also are things created by other members in the team. So we have done a lot of recent work with other teachers and organizations to talk about, well, the what next, like you said, well, what can we do to circumvent racism, eliminate stereotypes, misrepresentation, in terms of the visual. As art educators, we're very conscious of the types of things that we want to have people engage with that's going to promote cultural appreciation, something that's going to honor the culture. So this idea that you learn more about who these people are and what's important to them, help you come to a deeper understanding of that culture. So our goal here is to use art as a tool for cultural appreciation. Cultural appropriation, this idea of even like thinking about it as stealing, plagiarizing from another culture. We often see that. I'm not sure how much it's rampant within Canada specifically, but I know within the United States, it's often a real challenge for us as educators to kind of get others on board to remember that imagery that has a specific cultural affiliation has, memories and stories and power associated with it, appropriate to that culture, is theirs to hold and honor, and then to appreciate it. We don't want to copy, we want to learn about it. So I'm going to also ask us to do a little exercise right now. So if you have a piece of paper with you and something to write with, it could just be a pencil or a pen. If you do have markers, colored pencils or something like that, we'll do a follow-up activity that you might be able to use that as well. But also, a part of this work is to look at yourself, is to also understand and be mindful of what you are all about. So that way you can connect with others. You can also value difference in a more full way. So we're going to do what we call an examination or a mind mapping of our identity. And we're going to think about all the different aspects of self that make us who we are as a person, as an individual. These might be things like race, ethnicity, gender, class, language. Lots of different aspects of yourself inform your identity. To do this, creating something that's called like a mind map or a concept map is a really good exercise to do. And I do this often with my students and with other groups that I work with. And so I would ask you to just like write your name on a piece of paper. And it could be anywhere on the paper that you would like it to be, within the context of this exercise. Often for a concept map, we might put our name right in the middle. And then within that, you're going to start thinking about all the aspects of yourself that are important to you that inform who you are. So if you could just let's just take a couple of minutes here, and I'll let everyone just kind of start writing things about yourself. And then I'm going to show you here's a couple of images of student examples of mind maps of where they just write down different things about themselves. Sometimes for younger kids, they tend to like to write things like their hobbies and things that are important to them on a daily basis, which is good. I'm glad to see those kinds of things on the mind map. But I also ask them to think about, where is it that they learn those things from? Who are the people, the places, the things that inform these things that they like, whether it might be a hobby or music? Where does that come from? So write down some of those things. Try to watch we might not have a full opportunity to really do a thorough activity. So I'm going to give you just a little bit less than a minute to just like think about writing as much as you can down about yourself.
I want to be drawing all these things.
I'm sorry, a question?
I want to be drawing them.
Yeah, to writing words. For right now, what I would like for you to do is just write words to describe yourself. So kind of, I need to go backwards on my PowerPoint. My apologies here. Okay. Okay. So for example, here we have Emily, and then she's written down all kinds of different things about herself, where she's from, people that are important to her. It might be things about her culture, her religion, her ethnicity, nationality, things like that. And once you start writing those things down, you might write something down like, maybe for your nationality, if you are a citizen of a particular country, such as Canada, or maybe Ghana or Kenya or something like that. But then what does that mean? After you write that down, can you write down some other things that relate to what it means to be someone from Canada, or someone from Ghana, someone from the United States? And these words all start to show an image of you, of who you are. Okay, so we'll come back to that. And what I wanted to share next is a few examples of some artists who have taken this idea of learning about who they are, as well as learning about others, to kind of make those cultural appreciation connections in an honorable way. So for example, this artist, John Martson, who is actually an Indigenous artist from Canada, he traveled to Papua New Guinea and worked with a master carver out there. And this is a particular artwork on the right that he created to show his experience and relationship with his experience and the learning and teachings in Papua New Guinea. And so he pulls a little bit on stylistically some things from Papua New Guinea, but also from his own culture. Another example is this one by Mike Caboti, who also partnered with his friend, Jack Dobbin, who is of Irish Celtic ancestry, and Michael Caboti is Hopi. And so in this artwork, after they thought about, what are all the different elements that make up who I am? What are all the stories What are all the memories? What are all the particular things that identify me as the person I am from a particular culture? And then they created imagery together in this one painting to show different examples of being Hopi and being Celtic. Another example by Rose Simpson, who's from Santa Clara Pueblo, she actually was inspired by artists who are famous for doing the black on black pottery, in particularly Maria Martinez, who is another artist that has passed on. She was very much influenced by her and created this piece where she redesigned and refurbished this El Camino that she named Maria, after the potter Maria Martinez, who created this pot that's on the left. So she didn't actually collaborate with Maria, but she did this piece in honor of Maria. Much of what I've learned over the years comes from my studies with Michael Caboti and Delbert Hunani, and I worked with them several years ago, and they created this iconic mural painting called The Journey of the Human Experience. And within this painting, it shows up in the top left, all the way to the right, different panels that talk about the history of the Hopi people. The Hopis live in Arizona in the United States, and they have a story that's very important to them, their cultural truth of the emergence from what they call the Great Sipapu. And this is in the Grand Canyon. And so the Hopi talk about the emergence of people. So when you think about on your own mind map, what are some of the cultural stories that are important to you and your family and your culture? Maybe there's some things that you've written down on there or that you could add to your map as I'm kind of talking. And then across the top, as you go across each of the different panels, Caboti and Hunani has given us images of sort of the historical timeline of the Hopi people, all of the challenges, even the wonderful sides of, coming together, finding a place of harmony. Also, again, some challenges, again, that many of the contemporary Hopis face today in terms of environmental issues and social issues. But the final panel up here in the right corner, Caboti and Hunani talk about us coming together, all of us together to help, make this world a better place. So how is it that we can share different elements about ourselves so that we can help to understand each other and get along? This is that idea of awareness, of coming to an awareness of who we are and where we're from, having critical conversations about this so that we can then think about what those things mean to us. And then how can we sort of transform or empower ourselves with these stories about ourselves? What are the stories that tell us the wonderful things about you as an individual, you as a part of your family, you as a part of your community, you as a part of the world? Here's another artist that has done something similar, James Luna, bringing awareness to his sort of half Native, half Mexican ancestry, bringing critical conversations to how Native Americans were treated and thinking about how Native Americans were presented. Particular piece. And in this last piece, this transformative idea, so James Luna takes on this identity, this full identity of his Indianness. And so he tells us he's empowered, he's Indian, all the time. So think about what are the things that you might put on your mind map, or words, things about yourself that feel empowering to you. Other artists, I'm just going to flip through these pretty quickly. Matika Wilbur, looking at different natives across the United States and how they imagine their identity today. Oops. Wendy Red Star, calling attention to stereotypes about Native peoples and asking us to rethink the way that we look at them. So think about that for yourself. Look on your mind map, some things that you might have written down there. What are things that people might misunderstand about you? How is it would you like them to see you? Norman Akers, he tells stories about how it's important to him to stay connected to the stories of his people. He's Osage. So identity, culture, a sense of place, the environment is really important to him. And so those are things that he includes in his artwork. What are things that maybe you included on your mind map? Did you put things that have anything to do with a sense of place, the environment, nature, or is it about people? What are things that are important to you? So this is a way that we can use art as activism, okay? Creating social change by calling attention to how images have power to tell us wonderful stories about who it is that we are. So what will you decide to do with that is what I would like to ask you. The things that you've written on your mind map, what would you like to do with those things? How can you turn those things into art? So we're kind of making a mind map here, but here's some other ideas. And I'll send some of these slides over to the organizers for this group so that you can come back and look. I'm going to skip ahead so that we can wrap up with our activity. But a sticker campaign that says something about you or honors the people of where you live. This is an example of something that my students did to call attention to Indigenous language that we don't always think about. And so they created this sticker campaign. T-shirts that have elements of your identity, symbols. And then the last one that actually I would like to invite you and ask you to make an image about is this project that I'm working on called For Peace. And this project brings together people from all over the world to create puzzle pieces that are representative of themselves that are then joined together to create a mural. And so what I'd like to invite you all to do is to think about what you wrote on your mind map and what can you create as in an image. So I think that the organizers for the group might have sent you a template of a puzzle piece. And it's about the size of a 5x5, but it's on a piece of paper. And so it's about 5x5, like this. And if you could think about what you put on your mind map, what kind of picture could you draw on there to tell us something about you that's empowering, that you would like others to know, that you think is important so that we can step away from misrepresentation and stereotypes of others and individual identity.
Would you like me, Dr. Sorry, could you like me to share my screen to show the paper you had shared with us?
Yeah, can you do that? And
is the point when I do that?
Yeah, let me stop share. Those are some examples of puzzle pieces by other students. And so what I thought would be wonderful if we could do, if participants would be able to make a puzzle piece and then share that with me take a picture of it, send it to my email. I'm putting my email in the chat. I put some other information in the chat as well. I also have a link to a Google SlideShare that you can, the puzzle piece is approximately 5 by 5 inches. So if you have a piece of paper that you can just like mark off approximately 5 by 5, it's okay if it's not 100% exact, but you're going to create an image from something representative of your mind map about yourself that shows an empowered image of your identity and who you are that you want to share with others. Let's see. This is a slideshow. I'm going to put this in the chat. So if you're able to make a puzzle piece, copy and take a picture of it and add it to this slideshow, this is a Google, or somehow get it to Thelma and Sandrine. Is anybody brave enough to draw anything that you'd like to share, where you're at with it, or your mind map, things that you wrote on your mind map?
I believe we have a prize to be won for this today.
Oh, that's right.
So
yeah, Thelma. So who's brave enough to, how much time do we have here? That, I apologize if I've gone over a little bit.
Enjoying this, so maybe another few minutes wouldn't hurt. So
yeah,
if anyone is ready to take the challenge of this contest to win this lovely prize, so Dr. Santos is actually waiting to hear from us. So please, and I know we're all watching with our families. I know that there are children here as well. I know that there are youth here as well. There you go, Dr. Santos, back to you. Thank you.
Yeah, so let me show you some examples of student puzzle pieces after they did their mind map. Then they thought about, okay, how can I create images that will show how to create an empowered, a positive image of who I am, what I want others to know about me. Thinking about ways to heal the world too, you know, in terms of things that are culturally specific to you. So here's like some other examples here. This was from a student group in Cusco, Peru, right here. Let me go back to the PowerPoint and you'll see if I'll go back to show you. So here's another example that a student created from Peru after they did their mind map. Here's one of two hands coming together. This one, and many of them are very symbolic of stories from where they live. So those are things that you could think about. And so my hope is that if you would like to create an image, and you can be sort of drawing as I'm talking right now, that's representative of you, you know, approximately this kind of 5 by 5-ish size that fits within this puzzle piece. It would be really beautiful if you could share it with me, and then perhaps we could put this together to make like a little mini mural of your community.
Wow, these are beautiful. Thank you, Dr.
Yeah, do we have anybody that's willing to share? So I'm pretty much at the end here. Let's see. Need to slideshow. So again, your voice has power, and your voice can come in the form of images, not just words. We started with creating a mind map using words about ourselves, but now translating that into images that you would want to say something about yourself. How could you use your voice, your words, in terms of images.
Mm.
Do we, and there is a prize, Thelma? There's a gift card.
Yes.
So is
Yeah.
there anyone that is brave that would like to share?
To anyone who want to share what they've done, there is a prize.
We have a contest of, I don't know how many, is it just one gift card or from all, or how are you doing that, Thelma?
As many as can show us what they have, that would be great,
Okay.
right?
Showing it on the screen or saying it?
Yeah, show on the screen, and then also if you could, if we could get a picture of it on the, that Google slide share
Yes, we do
in the
need,
future would be great.
yes, we need a picture. Even if it's not available right now, we'll continue with tonight's presentation. We'll give another chance later before we come to an end to please show us what you have drawn, and then we can now decide on the price.
Yeah.
Mustafa has an amazing art that she's showing, and the kid. Please show again.
Because I don't know how to draw the dancing. I want to say dancing. Like if I get into the midst of people, I want to dance and then make them happy. So how am I going to put that dancing on the paper?
Well, you know, if you don't feel like your artistic skills are in a place where that, you know, you're drawing something realistically, think about breaking people down symbolically into shapes. You know, you've got the torso, you've got the big shape of the torso, the head, the arms. And so what kind of movement would you make? And it could be symbolic, lines and shapes. Does that help?
I'm not good at drawing. That's what I'm saying. I'm not good at drawing.
That's, you
But
know,
I can express myself by saying it.
We need
Okay.
the drawing, ma'am. We need the drawing. Thank you, ma'am. So we do see Mama Memunat Mustafa, and with a beautiful young lady.
I can demonstrate it, but that's not drawing.
Come on, please.
Well, I personally, I have been taking notes of all what she has been saying, and I've been taking pictures of all she has been saying since. So if we have those ones printed out, it can give us the idea of what she's talking about.
If I can explain again, thank you, our audience. Thank you for being part of this today. So Dr. Santos is just asking us to do a very simple exercise. So the exercise is what you imagining yourself to be, right?
Exactly.
Draw something, a simple sketch, whatever it is you can draw. It is a contest. We are all participating in this, anyone that is interested. We are only till the end of this program. So do what you can. Here you go. See what she's just shown us. Very simple. So just grab a piece of paper and do what you can. We're going to continue so that we don't disturb the program. There you go. That's another one.
Can you show us the other one again? The first one she showed now. Can you show that again, please?
You don't need to copy that.
Thelma, I sent it to your WhatsApp. It's Yolanda.
Oh, what's this one? Someone's holding up a picture. Ooh.
Yolanda, can you show us? Actually, I'm going to try to change the spotlight. Just give me a second. I'm going to exit from here so I can put everyone on gallery.
Okay.
Yolanda, can you please show it on the screen?
Yeah, 1 second. One second. Let's
so
see a
much.
second.
Yeah.
Okay, I see somebody showing a piece of paper.
Oh, she's got a really great start on a mind map. Lots of really great.
Hold on a second. I'm just gonna. Can you bring it to the screen, Mama Idada? I'm not sure if that's you. We can see your hand. Move it a little bit to your right, to your left. Too close, too close. Move it back a bit. Move it back, back close to you. Back close to you. Up a little bit, up. There you go. That's
Oh, there you go. Look.
Good.
Oh, great mind map. Yeah, lots of ideas about
Great.
the identity on that, my map.
Perfect. So just hold on to that. I see the name Izidada. Just hold on to that, please. We've identified that. So let's see who the next person is. I'm going to go back to the full screen.
It looks like Mrs. Afolabi's. I'm not sure. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that.
Okay.
She had, it looked like she had a
Can you
drawing.
do this again? I'm going to put her on spotlight again. So that way we can see hers. There you go. Can you raise it up, ma'am? Oh, nice. There you go.
Oh, Magdalena's again, yeah.
Okay, move it closer to you, closer to, oh, nice, beautiful. That's great. That is
Nice.
good job. Thank you so much, Mrs. Afolabi.
Oh,
Okay.
Yolanda has a mind map.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when I said, yeah, my mind map explains about my childhood life. Yeah. My childhood life in India was very peaceful as a child. Yeah, very peaceful.
Yolanda, move it away a bit from the camera so we can see. Awesome, beautiful. We can see. Oh,
and carefree. The next 20 years was getting married, living in the Gulf, and having children. Coming then to Canada.
Do I drop my hand?
More responsibilities, and I don't know ultimately where will I settle down. In India,
we'll give you the
Canada.
information in a minute, Yolanda. That's
Pardon?
nice. So let's see the next person.
Hello.
Mustafa.
Okay. Hold on. Bear with me. I'm trying to locate everybody to put everyone that has their art ready on the limelight. But okay, hold on a second. There we go. Now we. Oh, did you just do this for us? Or this?
I think that's some artwork that they already did, but it's
Yes,
All artworks that you've done.
this is
Really?
already done artwork.
Okay. So okay, that's good. So we want you to do something now in the program. Can you grab your piece of paper with a pencil and just draw something that comes to mind? You still have time before the end of the program. Get a pencil and a paper and draw something that comes to mind. We're gonna come back to you. So let's see who else is ready. I'm going back.
Should I drop my hands now, please?
Yes, you can put it down, Mama Falabi. Please, do we have any other person that has their ready? Okay, we're gonna move on. Please, Sandrine, over to you. So let's please continue.
So we are going to continue, but we are going to see all the amazing artwork you've created by the end of the program. So keep on drawing, keep on naming, keep on doing the mind map. We'll continue to share your work as we continue in the program. So again, thanks for being with us. Please, we really thank you that you've been with us for it's a Saturday. You could have been doing a million things, but you are here, so we don't take it for granted. Thank you. So in our next, before we have another amazing performance by Prince Dice, we just want to reiterate our program and the coming event before we have another wonderful performance. We just want to make sure we continue to reiterate our program, to update you. And again, if somebody is feeling stressed, these are the numbers to call. And Thelma is going to share again to reinforce about our food programs.
Thank you, Sandrine. Okay, so we our board continue to support the community. Please do not hesitate. If you know anyone that needs the support, please reach out to us. We have a healthy food program, which is a food bank on every Tuesday. Give us a call for 163024958 or the 437-235-8034. We also have in this particular anti-racism project that we're running right now, we do have a peer group session. It's not too late to register. If you still want to register, please go ahead. We'll be glad to include you with the registrants already. Thank you so much. So if you need to contact us, this is our address. about Community Service Center 415 of the road, our website. So please join us. Thank you. Okay, so I will hand it over to Sandrine. Thank you.
Again, thank you. The conversation continues, and we're not resting until we are sure that we are being treated equally. And again, as Martin Luther said, we are not being treated by the color of our skin, but the content of our character. So hopefully one day we'll reach there, but so the struggle is real. We're not yet there, so the conversation continues. So this Monday, we have a workshop. It's called Still Trend. So we are going to examine why is it that we have overpopulation in prison? Why is it that Black people are overrepresented in prison system? How are they treated from being arrested, being detained, to even being convicted, even to the sentencing? Can something else be done? So racism shapes incarceration. So please register and come join us on Monday. And we still have other events on Wednesday. We have politicians who are going to come to talk about how they can use their registration and their platform to create racial equity. We know politicians are the ones who make all these registrations. We vote for them, so it's high time they come to tell us how they can prioritize the need of communities. Another workshop that we have is on Monday 28th. It's an amazing workshop. I think some of you might have heard. There have been 10 million that have been given to Black North organization to assist Black people in the GTA and in Toronto to buy their first home. So if you can come on Monday 28th, so you can understand how you can access that fund. As you guys might know, most of us live in housing, and it's high time we start owning home and creating generational wealth. So there'll be a speaker teaching us how we can acquire wealth, but also how we can be accessing this fund that have been given to us in order to buy our first home. And our next event will be anti-racism again and justice system. We are going to hear from people who have been incarcerated and have been affected by racism. So please come join us, and lawyers and what they've been doing to combat racism in sentencing. So come join us again on Saturday 26th. And of course, the peer group continues. So before we continue, we are going to welcome again Priest Dice to give us another wonderful performance, and then we are going to see your wonderful drawing. So please, and take it to the promised land again, to the healing place.
All right, I hope you guys are ready for this one. This one a little bit more turned up than the last one. We really gonna turn up right now, so I hope y'all got your energy up. I got dab, I got juice, swagger through the roof. Don't get in my way, I'ma splash on you too. I got dab, I got juice, swagger through the roof. Don't get in my way, I'ma splash on you too. I got dab, I got juice, swagger through the roof. Touchdown in the city, hit the folks Cam Newton. I got dab, I got juice, swagger through the roof. Don't get in my way, I'ma splash on you too. I got dab, I got juice, plus I'm kinda cute. But if I ain't good looking, then you can't deny my cool. You can't deny my belt, you can't deny my shoes, and my cars never decline. Them things always approved. Look, I dab, hit the move. I dab like perfume. I dab like I don't know which one to pick and choose. Tell these girls to pick and choose. For you, they gon' pass, cause we know they finna choose me like Pikachu and Ash. I'm speeding on the dash, my brakes ain't working. Got Nene in my whip, that's 3 times with the swerving. And she ain't gon' curb me, bet she back it up and hurt me. Got your woman crushed, throwing it back on a Thursday. Dab juice swag, dab juice swag. Ride around the city where my damn roof at. Top blue bag, top blue bag.
Messing with the kid and get your top blue back. I got dab, I got juice. Turn up, swagger through the roof. Don't get in my way, I'ma splash on you too. I got dab, I got juice. Swagger through the roof. Don't get in my way, I'ma splash on you too. I got dab, I got juice. Swagger through the roof. Touchdown in the city, hit the folks, Cam Newton. I got dab, I got juice. Swagger through the roof. Don't get in my way, I'ma splash on you too. I hit the dab, hit the folks. If she bad, I hit the poke. She might get a heart attack if I hit her with the stroke. Oh, I hit her with the scoop. You don't know about that move. Yeah, I beat the box up and I hit my Dougie too. And I gotta stay fresh like the hitter on review. Bet you couldn't find these even if I gave the skew. Got 4 ladies with me like I'm sitting on the view. Still looking for something new. Speaking of the view, hold up, who's this here in my sight that I'm seeing? She a tight little thing, looking right in them jeans. Might pull up at the light, be polite with the thing, or let my car just do the talking like it's Lightning McQueen. Dab juice swag, dab juice swag. Riding around the city where my damn roof fast. Top blue bag, top blue bag. Messing with the kid and get your top blue bag. I got dab, I got juice, swagger through the roof. Don't get in my way, I'ma splash on you too. I got dab, I got juice, swagger through the roof. Don't get in my way, I'ma splash on you too. I got dab, I got juice, swagger through the roof. I touchdown in the city, hit the folks, Cam Newton. I got dab, I got juice, swagger through the roof. Don't get in my way, I'ma splash on you too.
Thank you.
Black Canadian performing for us. So I've been honored that you've graced our stage with the great performance. So thank you. So again, if you have your drawings ready, you should give it to us. And if Ainke is around, should give us a word. And if not, we are going to continue and we might actually close. We are almost toward the end of our program. But if you have any question, any suggestion, anything you'd like to share with the group in terms of racism, and yeah, please unmute yourself and share that. Other than that, we are still going to continue to have a good time educating ourselves, but also enjoying our performance, enjoying from amazing performances. Thelma?
Sandrine, I'm going to still hand it over to you. Can we please identify who, in regards to the contest, so we can put a closure to that, please?
Well, I think we should give, is there should we still give people time or not? If not, then we are going to announce, we have 3 winners.
Can we announce the winners, please?
I have seen.
I think we should give Dr. Santos the honor to please do that.
Please, yes, thank you.
Santos, thank you so much.
There is another drawing.
Wow. This is
Dr.
great.
Santos, do us the honor and announce these winners.
Well, it looks like Magdalena and Yolanda have been very brave and presented something. I love the dancer, Magdalena, and Yolanda, I can't see all the things you wrote on your mind map, but I can tell that you really took time to put things that are really important.
Thank you.
Do you want to draw anything? Could you then add to it later on the puzzle piece shape? And
Yes,
Yolanda,
yes.
that your dancer, I could see that the dancer with the hand going in like one of the puzzle pieces. Wouldn't that be beautiful?
Awesome.
Was there anyone else?
Okay,
I guess so Yolanda and Magdalena.
And we do have Afolabi as well.
Who else?
Afolabi.
Oh, yeah, she had one earlier.
Yes, so Magdalena Yolanda winners for tonight.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. All right, beautiful.
Great. Thank you, Dr. Santos.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And thank you for joining us tonight, Dr. Santos. We really appreciate that. And thank
you for having me.
Back to Sandrine. Thank you.
Thank you. So our winners will be expecting gifts and yeah, so we're going to just hear from Tharma for closing, unless Yinka is here to share certain words, or else
No, you don't.
anyone who'd love to share anything.
Or is there anyone that have any question for Dr. Santos? Okay, we just see another person showing us the drawing. I think we can still.
I can't see it. It's too, pull it down lower. Oh, close. Oh, another dancer. Beautiful. Oh, do we have another winner here? This is beautiful. Another nice dancer.
Thank you.
Who is that showing?
Riscat. Riscat, okay.
So if someone's asking about the book club, let me try to plug in the link for you to register on the chat. Let me see if I can find that link real quick. Put it on the chat. But the book club, we meet once a month and we feature books by Black, Indigenous, and people of color. This next book club book this coming Thursday is going to be a Adichie book, We All Should Be Feminists. So let's see. Can put this is the form to register for the book club. And then you'll get a link. So if you go to that Google Doc, you can register for the book club. You don't have to have read the whole book. If you don't have time, we would just enjoy having as many participants as possible. This one's a real quick read. It's a version of her TED Talk. So I actually have a link. Let's see, I'll put the link to her TED Talk.
Thank you.
Okay, this is the link to the TED Talk, and by Adichie, and she's a beautiful writer from Nigeria.
Dr. Santos, we can't really see your picture. I'm not sure.
Oh.
You're trying to show us something?
Oh, no, I put it in the chat.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I put it in the chat. Do you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Does anyone else have any other questions? I'd be happy to answer. Thelma and Sandrine and all of your crew over there and other presenters, thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of this. This was beautiful.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Santos.
Thank you
for joining us today.
Thank you, and thank you everyone who performed. Thank you, Dice, Prince Dice. Thank you for performing, and thank you for showing us how that racism can also be experienced in music. But also thank you for performing performing healing songs for us, and Yamita Production. Thank you for the beautiful poem and for reinforcing the fact that nobody is born with hate. We are conditioned to hate, and it's something that we can uncondition ourselves, something that we can unlearn, and we can create unity by continuing talking, educating ourselves. So thank you for that wonderful performance. And Dr. Santos, thank you for the amazing work you are doing in art and education, and also for being with us. So we really thank you for your time. Again, I think back to Thelma.
Thank you, everybody. This is just to say thank you for joining us tonight. It's been a wonderful night. Without you, we cannot have tonight. We all coming together to share in this information, to get more knowledge and how art is related to anti-racism. Thank you so much. You could have been doing something better with your time this evening, but you choose to join us. We really appreciate it from the bottom of our heart. We also want to thank our king and our queen that had joined us all the way from Ghana tonight. That was amazing. In fact, I know I'm a princess, but I've never seen a king and a queen before. So it's amazing that I could actually be seeing a king and a queen while I'm in Canada. Thank you so much. Thank you all beautiful people. And please, let's always remember, we need to stand up against racism, right? We need to stand up against racism. And it starts from us. That's what I believe. It starts from our being, ourselves. You lovely people, thank you so much. I love you. We love you all. We will see you soon again, and enjoy the rest of your evening. We appreciate you. We remember those that actually won the competition tonight, and we thank you. We're going to be connecting with you so you can receive your prizes. If you're still able to get yours ready, please don't hesitate. You still have till tonight. If you have it ready, please send it to us on our WhatsApp, and we'll be able to receive it, and we'll still acknowledge you. Thank you so much. We love you so much. Have a great weekend. Stay blessed and stay safe. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
That was a good knowledge. Bye, everyone.
Thank
you, Thelma, and all the organizations. Excellent presentation.
Thank you, Yolanda.
Thank
Thanks for joining.
Thank you, Yolanda. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Timmy.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, everybody.
Bye, everyone. See you
Thanks,
next.
everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Thelma. Bye, Thelma.
Thank you.
Oh, what is